Righty, that was series number 1 in a fantastic series. We do enjoy a bit of a ZVZ here. If you've been a big fan of the UK SC2 scene for a long time, you know there's a lot of ZVZ. We do get to see a lot. Again, to any Terran players out there, please come to EPICLAN. We are short on Terran players, and it makes race distribution very difficult. So we encourage any Terran players watching out there. That includes you, Gamer Richie. I'm sure you're watching out. And yeah, so that was series number 1. We have got AVALLAC versus MOLTEN coming up next. That is also going to be a best of 5, and we're going to have Bromeria coming to cast with us. Bromeria and MOLTEN are big bros, you know, when it comes to this kind of thing. They want to cast each other's matches, you know. And Bromeria's been putting on a lot of grinding for EPICLAN. He's taken it quite seriously. And MOLTEN, I don't think he's played a ton recently, but MOLTEN always, you know, he always brings it. He always wants to bring that next level. So we're going to be having that series come up. I'm going to see if the players are ready or in game. But other than that, we will get talking about the groups. And I don't know if we have the groups. Can we pull the groups up, production? I didn't prep him for this. So no. Okay, we can't do it right now. We'll do that at another point. But yeah, we have 10 excellent players here at UK SC2 EPICLAN this time. And we have divided them into 2 groups of 5. Everyone's playing best of 5s today, and we're doing that so we can give the players a good amount of games, keep the games going during the group stages, hopefully descend the then top 8 of the 10 players. Yeah, that is what we're doing. And then tomorrow we're going to be running a top 8 bracket as usual for the championship Saturday, and we'll be running that all the way through onto thingy. Yes, actually I can see if I can pull up the EPICLAN thing here for the thing. We have Bromeria coming over now. Yeah, come sit down, Bromeria. Get the headset on. We're doing it live. Tournament. Oh, I meant tournament. Oh, this is my thing. Tournament.
Good afternoon.
Is it afternoon? Oh, it is afternoon, isn't it? You're right. I thought it was still morning. And we start at noon, so not a hard thing. What prep have you been doing for well, either for MOLTEN or for EPICLAN for yourself? You can tell us.
I don't want to admit too much, but
okay, yeah,
I've probably played an unhealthy amount of Starcraft in the last 2 or 3 months.
Okay, wow, nice.
Probably 300 or 400 games, I'd say.
And that over the last few months. So this isn't just okay. So you've been like built. That's a good way of doing it. You got to put in the effort early. You can't just do it a week before LAN and start grinding.
No, I was committed. I was hoping for some more Protoss on Terran to show up.
Yeah, fair.
Don't enjoy playing against Zerg.
Well, you're going to have to do it.
Exactly. So we'll see how it goes.
Bromeria, do you want to shout out your Twitter or any other social?
Just shout out to Team Goldmasters, as always.
What's the app for that?
No idea.
Oh, god damn it.
Search Team Goldmasters on Twitter. I click the link.
Is that what you do? All right, well, that's...
next.
Well, we can cut to the... Let me just check the players aren't ready. I imagine they're not ready yet.
They were just starting to
do vetoes. Okay, lovely. Well, we can cut to the group stage screen right quickly when production is ready. Production's doing a lot of things in the background, and we're just throwing things at them. We're like, oh, can you just do this? So we'll see if we can get that up in a moment. But like I said, we have 2 groups of 5 here, and a lot of banging matches, actually. Like I say, there's a lot of good games coming today.
Yeah.
And they're not like jobber matchups, you know. They're like, I don't know who's going to win. In fact, what do you think the seeding is for this?
I would go Eno first.
Fair.
Ziggy second.
Fair.
And then I think it's close between myself, Zion, and AC.
To be
honest,
the top 5 has really been difficult because you're all actually quite close. Hino is probably just ekes out the advantage. I agree.
But you know, as we just saw in the last series, ZVZ is quite volatile.
It really is.
AC can take a game off or a series off anyone.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely going to be very close. At
the top. I remember. Was it yourself saying that we want Zion to take out Hino, you know, and then make sense?
Yeah, it would be nice.
That would be nice.
To be fair, anyone to take out Hino.
Yeah.
Happy days.
And then you're confident versus basically everybody else?
I wouldn't say confident, but I mean we're a chance.
Yeah, you're in with a chance. Yeah, exactly. Hang on, just chat. Let me know when vetoes are done. And yeah, the bracket's up on the screen, so if we can get production to change that out. I am tabbed out of Starcraft. Oh, okay, then we can't do it. Okay, no, we can't do it for now. Don't worry. Wait, exclamation mark B in chat to bring it up, the bracket. Our winter admin worked very hard to make sure that got fixed for the players who were complaining about it.
Yeah, so of course we're best of 5 in groups this time as well.
Yes, yeah,
which
best of 5.
I think, you know, as you said, everyone is quite closely competitive.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, going to a best of 5 format this time around, going to be some really interesting series.
Yeah, so actually I'll just like call out Group A. So Group A is Hino Zion, which we just saw play. We've got AVALLAC versus MOLTEN. That's what's coming up on stream next. Yep. AVALLAC is a bit of an unknown. He's new to the UKSC2 scene.
Yeah, I did a bit of research on him before.
Yeah.
As I prepped for all the players.
Respect.
He's got some interesting builds.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw some cannons.
Yeah, I've
some
heard this.
Oracles, some sneaky Dark Templars.
Okay, yeah. All of the Protoss, tool set.
Exactly. He's not ashamed to use what's available.
Yeah,
to him.
that's it, right? You know, and that's how you got to be good at this game. You know, you can't be ashamed to use it. I was ashamed of carriers for many years, but you know,
still am.
Still am. Yeah. Fair. So and then Pigeon Wrench is also in Group A. Like he's got a difficult group to try and get out of, frankly.
Yeah, and to be honest, you know, Group A. I think Eno's probably, you know, favourite to be first. But after that, I'm not sure. MOLTEN can take a game off Zergs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's a strong player. He's got a good, strong win rate against Zion.
Yep. Yeah, actually, this is very true. He's got a good win rate versus Zion. That's going to be on stream later, MOLTEN Zion, I believe.
Yep.
And then AVALLAC is a bit of an unknown and could be wild card. Yeah. So yeah, it really could go anyway, this group. And then Group B is going to be your group. So it's you, Siggy, AC, Venny, and Sycus.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
So I didn't know who Ziggy was, to be honest, before. So turning up to find another strong Protoss player there
scary,
was a bit of a, as you said, scary. AC is always a strong player. You know, he's quite unpredictable in what he plays, but he's always strong. He's always there.
You don't want to underestimate AC.
Yeah. Venny obviously is a decent Terran player. So I think, it'll be interesting. Be some good games, I think.
Yeah, that's what we are hoping for. Let me just see if we can get the players into thingy. I saw AVALLAC. Yeah, there he is. And we are going to be, the first map is going to be on White Rabbit. I don't know why I had to say it like that, but I did.
Have you had much time to play on these new maps?
No, I didn't. I saw Ruby Rock and Tato. I was like, uh-oh, I don't know what these maps are. I've had the time, I just haven't done it as the actual sort of thing.
No, fair enough.
And we will be going into these things. When did these maps change, actually?
I wanted to say about 2 months ago.
Was it? Yeah, when the new season.
Yeah.
I stopped playing when the season finished. I got back to Masters 3, and that was hard enough. I was like, all right, it's fine.
I think they're okay maps, to be honest. I mean,
they seem quite standard.
Yeah, they're never going to be perfect or to everyone's taste, but there's a couple of different ones in there. But I think for the majority of the part, they're pretty standard and balanced.
Okay, both players are ready. Hang on, race check. Multi. Unless he's going to be playing Terran suddenly.
Would certainly be interesting. There we go.
Yeah, okay. And they're still both ready. Let's go. Good luck. Alrighty, it could be another explosive series here. Now going from one mirror to another.
Yeah, definitely. Very excited to see what AVALLAC turns up with here.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know where, is he living in the UK or did he
He has the London tag on his Discord profile, so I assume so.
Yeah.
But I believe he's originally from Russia.
Yes. Alrighty then, spawning down in the bottom left, in the blue. He is the Russian representative today at EPIC47. It is AVALLAC.
And coming in the top right position, playing for Team Goldmasters, as the Protoss player in red, it is MOLTEN.
Absolute staple player here at EPIC47. He turns up to basically every single EPIC.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's really missed the last 20 EPIC lands, I want to say.
Yeah, so I started in 26, I think was my first one, and I've missed one since then. Yeah. And I don't remember MOLTEN ever not being here, so that is actually legitimately about 20 EPIC lands, at least. And what do we have here? So standard opening from both players, mirrored so far, down to the gas timing. So yeah, everything looking so far so standard. MOLTEN is the only one to scout though. AVALLAC not too worried about an early scout.
I like this one, Molten. I think, you know, he feels he's a favourite coming into this series.
Yeah.
You know, typically, you either scout after your first gateway or your second gateway.
Yeah.
First gateway, you know, he's going to be able to see if the forge has dropped, see if there's anything sneaky. So I do
also,
like this play.
Some weird one gate expands.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
If you don't scout after the first gate, they get the Nexus down, and then you're like almost forced to all in it, which should be winning generally, but also, you know, you have to do it well.
And I would expect to see a proxy pylon coming down here from AVALLAC.
Yeah, well, given this probe's positioning, it looks like he's sneaky. All right. Shall we say it? Is this Stargate?
This is 100% Stargate. Yeah, especially with the position. I think he's just put 3 into gas now. No, it's missing 1 out of gas.
One's AFK.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really bad for him.
So unfortunately, he'll still be able to afford it, especially if he goes adept to depth.
I think he has to go adept to depth now. Yeah. Trying to go stalker off this is.
Wow.
Stargate
first. Yeah. Before any units.
Yeah.
And we see 2 adepts coming out from Molten here. I like this play from Molten. It's basically like a bit of a soft skill check.
Yeah, just to see can I get the adepts in, or can you defend the adepts properly?
Yeah, exactly.
Is he going to pylon block here? Yes, he is.
And Molten knows that something's up. You know, nobody scouts this late into the game. He knows, you know, that probe has been on a journey. So
that probe has seen some things.
And Molten drops the Stargate of his.
Oh, and he finds it.
Wow, great scouting there by Molten.
Incredible scouting. Scouts the whole right side of the map and is able to find it. That is the better location for a proxy Stargate, so it makes sense that he kind of checks that side first.
Yeah. I'd expect to see Phoenix come straight away from Molten, and we see a Nexus coming down from AVALLAC. He's said, yep, you know what?
Yeah, this isn't going to do any damage. I'm not going to commit too hard to it.
And I would expect to see a Twilight Council coming out soon from AVALLAC.
Okay, is this your research or read on it?
It is, yes.
Okay,
Won't spoil it for the viewers quite yet.
Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see. AVALLAC is putting some pressure on with the Stalkers. As you say, that is the first Phoenix coming out of the Stargate for Molten. He is going to lose this pylon, but he wants to get across and depower this. He's not cracking to the pressure here, and he's got 2 adepts ready to counterattack. The Oracle does get out, but there is a Phoenix right here. This could actually still dive in and get like 4 or 5 probes.
If I'm AVALLAC, you just go straight for it, get 2 or 3 probes.
The shield battery.
Yeah, nice play there by Molten.
Beautiful stuff. So for all this, he gets a pylon, which Molten has already gotten a pylon back for. So yeah, as Molten, you're incredibly happy. You've still got this adept counterattack ready.
Yeah.
And it looks like he is going to be setting up to go in that. And the supply advantage is already hugely different. It is a hard wall, and like you say, that Twilight Council is there now.
Yeah.
So
Dark Shrine's down.
Yeah, Dark Shrine starts immediately in a second proxy location.
And I think you know, I might have told Molten about this build before a game.
Okay,
hopefully he'll remember. It's in his mind.
It is. As somebody who's been way ahead in a PvP at EPIC and then lost to DTs, exactly. Let me tell you, you don't forget that after the first time it happened.
This is a nice poke, but with the battery up there, I don't really see him getting too much. Might be able to poke the Nexus a little bit, but outside.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried actually because he's still making Phoenixes. No Oracle. He needs this next thing needs to be an Oracle.
Oracle.
Okay, he's starting to win them.
I think he'll be okay. Oracles are tricky to defend DTs with, especially if, you know, they split them up. It's a bit of a pain. Obviously, it runs out of energy. So I like the call to go Robo here.
Yep, he's going to fight and drain the shield battery. Only 2 of AVALLAC Stalkers are shooting, so yeah, he's able to trade out well here. Okay, recharge on the battery, and yeah, Molten knows he needs to get out. AVALLAC is just trying to buy time for the DTs to come in.
And I think Molten, I think he'll still have a probe at his ramp, so he'll be able to put a wall down as well.
Yeah.
You know, when he sees them DTs.
Oh, well, he's got probes coming back and forth. First DT warping in. I imagine warping in over here. Robo is going to be. Robo can't be killed before a DT comes out, before an observer gets out, but it needs to start right now. Molten! There we go. There you go, he did start it. Okay.
But he doesn't have any units at home to defend this.
Yeah, can he recall? I guess he can lift the DTs, right?
But where the Phoenixes aren't there. So he's got an observer, but he's going to lose at least 8, 9, 10 workers perhaps here.
Oh, lift it. I mean, uh-oh. And suddenly, Molten, the man known for going DTs, new DTs were coming.
It's like Molten knew this was coming, but still didn't fully mentally prepare for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm very surprised about this. You know, even a unit in the wall and all position would have bought him some time.
Yes, yeah. He is still doing all... Oh, actually, he's now behind in workers by 10.
Yeah, he is. AVALLAC's playing pretty well. You know, he's going to follow this up with probably a Charge Lot Archon attack.
Yep.
I'd imagine he'll stay on 2 base, lots of gates, and go and try and end it. And, you know, it could work against, you know, the Phoenix that Molten's going for.
Yeah, these Phoenix have got to get their value, and getting the value by sniping up at the probes is very nice there.
Very nice counter-attack damage there by Molten.
Yeah, I guess Molten hasn't come across this part to see the proxy yet.
Interesting that AVALLAC is deciding to go for Templar Archives for the Archons. I think that's a mistake.
Just make rather than spend the extra minerals to get the more gas efficient Archon. He's actually not mining gas from the third either, so yeah, it's a really...
Phoenix coming in here, getting another 5, probably 7 workers, I'd say. 6, 7.
And now once again, the worker supply has flipped, and it's Molten who's ahead. Keeping these Phoenixes alive as well, really nice value.
Yeah.
And he's getting a full scout on the base, so he sees the Twilight Council, he sees the Templar Archive. Really, there is only one thing that can be off of this, which is Charge Lot Archon.
Yeah. I don't like him making more Phoenix, to be honest. I think that's a mistake. He should really be able to read what he's going up against. He's in a great position now. Molten.
Oh, and here it comes.
Completely unprepared for this. Phoenixes will be out of energy as well because of the amount of lifts that they've been doing on the other side of the map.
So this could be quite devastating here. I feel like I've done this before. I've seen my opponent go Phoenixes, and you get charged and you just go for it. There is a lot of Phoenixes here and Warping thing, and I think he has just enough energy in order to lift enough of these things. He is pulling the probes. Probes are the natural enemies of Stalkers. So again, an absolute slugfest in this first game, as the supplies are actually quite even. These Phoenixes are all supplies that are useless right now because they have no energy. I wonder if he can overcharge one of them.
Wow. More Zealots coming in here from the background. These Stalkers are just going tight. There's an Immortal, but Immortals aren't great against Zealots.
Yeah, but he needs to lift the Phoenix, lift the Zealots.
Yeah. Some nice plays coming out of from AVALLAC here.
Oh, and the first Archon's coming in. Okay, picking up a High Templar is really nice. That's a lot of gas that AVALLAC does not have a lot of right now.
But Molten's minerals in the main base are running low. You know.
He hasn't lost the natural yet though, so he can Maynard workers across if he needs to. The Phoenixes are all coming up, and the Archon are trying to focus fire them, but not getting a lot of probes because of that.
That Immortal's going to go down here, and I think AVALLAC might have done this.
In an absolute back and forth first game.
Molten needs to overcharge his battery in the main.
Yeah, wow. Archon is not going to go down. Die! Wow. Oh, and that is going to be it for game number 1. GG.
Wow.
Wow.
That I'll say it. That is an upset.
Yeah. Like I say, this is what we love to see. The wild players coming out absolutely swinging.
Yeah. Beautiful game there. You know,
absolutely beautiful game.
It was basic from AVALLAC, but I don't want to take away from the gameplay itself. He came in, he knew what he wanted to do.
Yep.
He came in with the builds that he's prepared, he's comfortable with. Yeah. And it worked really well against Molten there.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the sort of thing, right? I said this on the previous cast with Pigeon Wrench, that you got to admire the persistence of players. When something goes a little bit wrong, your first DTs don't get quite a lot done. Yeah. You got to get as much as you can out of them, and then go to the next sort of thing. So, yeah, really intense first game. And again, that really could go on either way. Like I say, it wouldn't take him much for. Like I say, I think if he just had the Phoenixes at home when that first observer popped, or have had the units back at home.
And I think Molten was just overplaying it a bit too much as well.
I think he wanted
across
to put
the map.
On,
exactly.
He wanted to do everything.
And I think just defend. You know what's coming, and just play it from there.
All right. Well, the second map is going to be on Tourmaline.
Now, cannons. We're feeling cannony.
I think you're 1-0 up. Would you do it?
Would you do it? I think you do it. Yeah. 100%.
That's the secret of a cannon rusher, is that they can do it whenever.
Exactly.
They can be 1-0 up, 1-0 down, tournament life on the line.
And cannon rushers can always be any player.
Yes, it's a scary situation. So once again, spawning in the bottom left, taking game number 1. It is AVALLAC.
And spawning in the top right position as the red Gold Masters Protoss player, MOLTEN.
There he is. Now, I've got to ask you, what do you think? How's Molten's mental nowadays? On
I am worried about my computer at the moment. It's currently next to him on the same desk, and I am seriously worried for his condition at this point. He's still a very emotional player. You know,
he's got the passion, you know. So
he does. But we need a lot of passion in this scene.
Exactly. So you'd love to see it.
And we see a gateway again coming down from AVALLAC.
No cannon rush to start with. If he goes 2-0 up and then cannon rushes, that is absolutely going to be diabolical.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm interested to see if he goes for the same game plan as last time. You know.
Yeah, especially since you got to remember, like the Stargate was scouted. Like absolute, like again, perseverance of like having the backup plan for the backup plan. You know. Okay. MOLTEN comes in, sees the 2 gates, sees that the gas timing is standard, and nothing too much to comment on here. It's all very...
We do see AVALLAC's probe again taking a slight detour.
Yeah, it hasn't gone straight across the map like thingy. So,
any chance it's Robo, do you reckon, this time? Or do you think he just replays last game?
I think he's going to replay last game.
Yeah?
I think, because... And this is a hard location to find. This is like an odd one.
Yeah,
you could put it here, maybe, for a thingy. If it was a Robo, you'd maybe put it over here. But those would be the obvious places to check. But this is a bit further out. So I wonder even... No, it wouldn't be a proxy 3rd gate.
I do think we'll see that Stargate again coming up here.
Did he put 3 in each again? Yeah, he put 3 on each again.
What I'd really like AVALLAC to do this game, instead of just sending the 1, which I imagine MOLTEN will be prepared for again, wait for 2, hide them, and then go in together.
Yeah, and here we go. Yeah, double Stalker again. So it's interesting because he spends all this gas before he gets Warp Gate.
Yeah.
Because you've got to if you go double gas and go for a tech building.
Certainly an interesting build, and we do see that MOLTEN scouting around. Not sure if he's pathing
he sent 2 probes, so he's really, like, he wants to find this.
I don't hate it, to be honest. I think, you know, find what you're up against as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And he's actually not going to scout it quite yet. As you said, this is a really good location for Stargate. Oh, any proxy here.
Yeah. It's a little bit further away, but it's just not obvious for where you find it.
And because he hasn't actually scouted it yet, I don't believe he's actually built a battery in his mineral line this game.
No,
he has 2 Stalkers waiting now, which is nice. But we'll see if he moves them out or not.
Yeah, and now the 2 Stalkers from the front come again, and I'm a little bit scared for MOLTEN. Oh, this shield barrier might get picked off here. Yeah, he does have to cancel it, but he does get the cancel, it's not a thing. But yeah, AVALLAC going in with the first Oracle, and again...
He should definitely get some kills here if he commits. Probably 3 or 4 before it snipes down. Oh, but he's accidentally tied.
Poor control, yeah, that's unfortunate.
And he's just going to survive.
Oh, yeah. It is so hard to kill an Oracle without blink.
Yeah.
Like, the Stalker's just a little slow for it.
Yeah, good position in there from MOLTEN.
Oh, wow. And the second proxy, this wasn't a backup last game. This was the plan last game, I see. But the Roscoe pylon, we love to see it.
No, I love this from MOLTEN. Is like, you know what, you proxy me, I proxy you.
2 can play at this game. I'm going to warp Adepts into your base and absolutely destroy your mineral line. Is that Oracle? Yeah, the Oracle's still alive over here.
But MOLTEN's still not dropped a Robo yet again. Still got time, but he's going for Blink this game instead of the Phoenix, which I like.
It's a really scary thing to think my opponent won't just do the same thing again.
Yeah.
But that is kind of what he's betting on. He's about to get a lot of good economic damage done with this.
And to be honest, this might just end the game.
I think when you've got DTs, you never leave the game here, right? Like,
true.
But yeah, this is going to be a lot of damage. Now they're starting to come in. Oracle does come back in briefly, but isn't going to be able to get anything done because the Stalkers are still in position. AVALLAC now reacts. 4-5 workers going down again.
These 2 Stalkers will clear it up, but nice early damage here from MOLTEN. Shading into the natural.
Yeah, no surround by the probes either.
Very nice play here from MOLTEN.
Yeah.
As we do see that Dark Shrine about to finish up, and no Roboway finish quite yet. Should just be on time, I think. And he's got the all position.
Yeah, I was about to say, the whole position and the force fields is actually so important for this. Again, AVALLAC still doesn't know about this pylon. So, Though he is actually warping in more. And
the first Adept is still alive as well.
Yeah, that's doing
this
huge
is being
work.
critical damage, this one, Molten. Very nice play.
But now we have the DT. But only one DT could be afforded here. Chrono Booster on the thingy. And yeah, there it is. Instant death.
Very nice play here from Molten. Slipped up a bit in the first game, but he's like, you know what? I'm going to play a bit more standards, a bit more safe. Take it from there. Very nice.
Exactly, yeah. You don't have to do anything that fancy, you know?
Yeah.
Like this pylon has already paid for itself, yeah. And now the Zealot is going to find this.
And we know that AVALLAC's going to follow this up with Charge Lock Archon again.
Yeah.
Molten will probably be thinking the same thing. I'm surprised he's going for Immortals. I think it's a mistake, but I think it's a bit of autopilot from him.
If you have time, do you just want to get Disruptors here, or do you want to just, what would you do?
I don't think you need to. I think, you know, you just put some batteries down, maybe a bit of SimCity, and, you know, this is a nice pick-off here for Molten.
Yeah, catching the point where all the warpins are going to come from is huge. I think he actually just found this as well now. Yeah, the hallucinating is now going to find this. So he's got a good idea of what's going on in this game. Again, interesting that AVALLAC does this off of just 2 gases.
Yeah,
and yeah, there's the Templar Archives. So.
I don't like the Templar Archive call, as you said. I think it's a mistake. Obviously, this game is lost his Dark Shrine, so we can't make Archons anyway.
So you'd have to do something.
But I just feel, you know, you're not mining gas. You want as many minerals as possible.
Yeah. It's a dastardly trade-off for the extra gas it costs.
And I think this is going to be incredibly difficult all day from AVALLAC.
Yeah.
The one thing I'd say about the push from Molten, he doesn't have a Warp Prism or a Proxy Pylon anywhere.
Oh, very good point, yes.
But I think there's just going to be enough units here for him to steamroll it.
Oh, big blink on top. He does not care, does not respect. Able to pick off the Stalkers and a Zealot before it finishes warping in. Now these Zealots are able to go to town and think. Guardian Shield doesn't actually do anything here, but you know, you love to see it anyway. Probe being pulled off the line.
Yeah.
But not going to be enough.
Decent micro here, and GG called by AVALLAC.
Okay.
And we've got a tied series just like that.
We have got a tied series just like that. And you know what, I kind of like it from AVALLAC going like, all right, the build works game 1. Let's just do it, keep doing it until it loses. You know, sometimes that is the way to do a build.
Yeah, definitely.
But I doubt we see it again now.
I think next game he'll get to Cannon Rush, and then he might bring this back for game 4.
Maybe, yes, maybe. There are options to mix it back in later, but I feel like Molten's got a solid idea of what that build is now.
Definitely.
Like, I wouldn't say it wasn't lucky first game, but like I say, I feel like the chance of it working are less and less as it goes on.
I think, you know, Molten just wasn't prepared for the first game.
Yeah.
He knew what was coming, but wasn't quite there, ready for everything at the time. Cleaned it up game 2, and as he said, I don't see him losing to this again.
Yeah. So that is the case of what has AVALLAC also got up his sleeve. And we're about to find out. Games number 3 is going to be on Ruby Rock with the rolling R's. Can't say rolling R's. With
No, never can I.
Rolling R.
Quite some decent cannon rush positions on this map.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, that's actually potentially going to be good. I keep forgetting to go thingy. Molten with the capital locks ready.
Molten's locked in.
He's locked in. He's got to be feeling good now.
He's just screamed, get in, after that last victory. Could hear him from here. Almost.
Almost, yeah. I like it when there's no GG, what you hear from Molten.
Yeah.
Which we won't repeat on stream right now, but
we shall not.
But it's a LAN classic.
And to be fair, you know where we're sat, we're near the Counter-Strike players and the Austria players. Very loud over there. Lots of excitement and passion for games.
Yeah, exactly. You do love to see it. And again, we've got a series going on here. Again, big shout outs to EPIC47 and everyone who's attending. It's a really fun event, and always good to see people in person. See a lot of nerds get very passionate about their games, even though I don't understand the CS. I don't understand Counter-Strike, but you know what?
No.
That's okay.
Just Starcraft for us.
Just Starcraft for us. And speaking of Starcraft, once again, spawning in the bottom right as the blue Protoss, it is AVALLAC.
And spawning in the top left position, tying the series up 1-1, it's Gold Masters Molten.
GM Molten.
As we do actually see a gateway for both players again.
Yeah. Slightly timing is slightly off this game, right? Like the gas is quite quick here.
I think Molten was just a bit delayed.
Oh, Molten was delayed, fair.
See a second gas coming up from both players again.
Not too much to read into. Molten again going for the fast out. though. Oh no, I thought he was sending this a weird way, but no, I think it's just the pathing on this map.
Yeah, the pathing on this map is slightly weird. As you can see, it's not a straight line, it's a bit zigzaggy.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And Molten's going to come in here, see exactly the same as we've seen the last 2 games.
Yep.
And they were like, okay, time to scout a proxy.
Yeah, and once again, the AVALLAC probe is not going directly to the opponent's base. He is going on a little adventure first. Again, interesting sort of spot for a proxy. It's a little bit further away, but again, I think these are harder to scout.
Yeah, I like the proxy location.
Would you want to go? Would you want to go Robo this game?
I would love for him to go Robo, but I suspect it's going to be another Stargate here.
Let's have a look. Molten probes come out of this base, and I like that this is the probe that he's scouting with. Like, he can send a second probe out if he really wants, but this probe, rather than just come all the way home, like, can go the long way and search for proxies.
Yeah, and you know, if you see no second pylon in the main, you think, okay, there's a proxy pylon. You know, some, especially at higher levels, you know, they might fake
the proxy,
But I think, you know, the series that we're in now, I think, you know, you're pretty certain that there's going to be a proxy on the field.
And you're right, it is going to be the same build again. It is going to be Stargate, and it is going to be 2 Stalkers and Stargate, so just as we have seen before.
Yeah, and I think Molten might just be about to see it.
Yeah. Oh, did you see it?
Oh, wow.
No! Oh, my God.
But
hang on, it's going to come back.
And I think, you know, he knows what he's playing against anyway.
Yeah.
It's nice for that reassurance and confirmation, but...
Oh, he doesn't quite see the outline, you know. It didn't work. But, yeah, he's clicking back now. He's like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
He's going to attack the pylon. It is going to be a charge thing. This time the Stalkers are coming to defend the proxy, to keep it powered.
Yeah, nice play. Going to get maybe first little skirmish here. 2 Stalkers versus 2 Stalkers. And Molten gets the first hit, which is nice. And AVALLAC's going to have to use his Oracle here to attack these Stalkers. If it turns around now, he'll be able to get them both.
I was going to say, is this not a bit dangerous for Molten to be chasing so far?
I think he's okay. He's got a battery in the main.
Yeah, it keeps the Oracle back. And he hasn't got a battery.
Oh, he's got 2 Stalkers.
He's got a battery at the front. Yeah, okay. But yeah, either way. And again, this is the difference between like a good player and a great player. Is that a great player would still get 1 or 2 kills and then get this Oracle back. Yeah,
exactly. You know,
there's a real subtlety to the control, which makes it work surprisingly good.
Yeah. Nice little, wow, we're getting a massive pro pull here for 2 Stalkers.
Great micro by Molten so far as well.
Very nice early game damage.
And again, this is the thing. If you give a good player space to be able to figure out what you do, they just take more and more advantage each time.
And we actually see a bit of a change up this time around from AVALLAC. He's going straight into that charge this time rather than just going DT.
Okay, yeah.
Which I don't hate, to be honest. I think, you know, Molten's preparing for the DTs mentally, and then you know, 7-8 gate Zealot charge.
I was going to say, especially if Molten goes for Blink again and the delayed Robo, or the Robo for the Blink, then just getting a lot of charge lots sooner, it could be really devastating. And we'll have to see how that goes. Molten is scouting though, but in the other games he hasn't found the Dark Shrine. It's always been like kind of well hidden.
Yeah.
So him not seeing it in anything in the main, like seeing the Twilight counts is normal, right? Yeah. Maybe you see it's researching. Maybe that's the difference.
Yeah, Molten's fully expecting DTs coming here. As we do get 2 probes coming out for AVALLAC here, which is nice.
A little bit annoying. Again, so hard to kill these without Blink. Nothing else coming out from the Stargate. The Stargate also hasn't been pressured anymore.
Yeah, interesting. There's no proximity gate on the map for AVALLAC.
Yeah, actually.
Which, if he's trying to hit a timing, and charge is one of them things where you have to hit early and unprepared because if a Protoss knows it's coming, they'll just be able to prepare for it. Another couple of warp gate cycles.
Yeah, exactly. And even just like a temp wall with gateways, if you're really desperate, it can be good for something that. We do have another scout coming out, again looking all around the map to see if there's any kind of proxies. The Oracle's still alive for the back of the base.
And for the first game in this series, we actually see AVALLAC building a Robo.
Oh yeah, this is the first time Robo is coming out.
I imagine this will be for a warp prism.
Yeah.
He's going to fly into the main base and warp in 7 Zealots for charge.
Yeah. Oh no, Molten's the one going for the thing here. Yeah, the thing not done yet. It is going to be a Templar Archives again. Goes down in front of thing, and that's nice because now you see this. If you clicked on it, you know it's not done yet.
Yep.
You know, like there's no, like you've still got 30 seconds. You've still got another cycle or two to like decide what you want to build. AVALLAC trying to be active with this Oracle. It's got a lot of energy on it. So even though I think shift queuing a stasis up might be good here.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Get the Stalker.
I'm surprised Molten's decided to go for a Forge. He's going out for an attack as well. Whether or not
I wonder if this is for cannons, actually.
Yeah, he's probably still thinking the
like
DTs are coming. But again, no Warp Prism here from Molten, no Proxy Pylon, and I don't like it. It's risky. It's going to work out again for him. But
yeah, we could see some good force fields here, start trapping the sentries, but we don't quite get it. Oh, great force
fields there by Molten.
Yeah. And this is now looking into like, like I say, suddenly a very crushing position. Blinks forward and is able to be able to get on the War Prism. And while the Stalkers don't trade super well versus the Zealots, there's just so much stuff here. Workers are now getting pulled, and AVALLAC is, like I say, stretching this build to its limit as Molten just finds more and more ways to take advantage of it. F2 the Oracle to come home, and that is able to get out some damage, but not enough here as Molten's own War Prism comes in.
Some nice Warp Prism micro coming out of Molten here.
Exactly, yeah, and that looks like that's going to be it for game number 3 in this series as Molten does another Warp in right in the face. But AVALLAC holding on. Not sure what he's holding on to, but he's holding on to something.
One Archon coming out, but Molten can just right-click that down.
Yeah.
And
Archons are good, but they're not that good. As we come in here, he's actually cleaning up the proxy, taking a third base. Yeah, like that.
And just like that, we're on match point for Molten.
There you go, another match point. Are we going to get the ace match, or is this going to be another 3-1? I think if AVALLAC doesn't change it up, it's going to be a 3-1.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, you know, doing one build over and over again, you know, coming into a tournament is great. It's great for ladder, where your opponent's not expecting it. But in a tournament setting, you know, you might be able to get that one game.
Yeah.
But then once they're used to it,
and this is the advantage of, you know, playing like versus ranked versus tournaments, right? Where like tournaments, you need that bit extra prep in order to like, have more builds to do these kind of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it can get difficult. Otherwise, fourth is going to be a Winter Madness. And I was trying to make a joke with our admin there, but I'm not going to. Our admin is called Winter, and they do a great job. Okay, this is going to be the next game. AVALLAC is already ready. Molten is already ready. He has changed race, so we're going to go, ready.
Potentially the last game for this series.
Potentially, yeah, and it's I do hope we see AVALLAC change it up, even if it is a cannon rush.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate a cannon rush here. I think, you know, it needs to do something different.
Yeah.
I think Molten's got the read on how he plays that build, and I don't see him losing to it again.
No, exactly. So this is so 2-1. Okay, spawning in the bottom right now for this group stage match. He has to sort of bring something out of here. Will he do it or will he not? It is AVALLAC.
And on match point, spawning in the top left position as a red Protoss player, it is Gold Masters Molten.
There we go.
Yeah, I think after game 1, Molten's brought some very, you know, nice, standard, clean plays coming out.
Yeah, no probe going out on the map, so it's the suspected cannon rush is not happening.
As we see,
maybe he's saving that for later.
Maybe that's for bracket play tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't want to give my top strats out, so I'm going to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, to reveal the bare minimum.
And I think, you know, that is an interesting concept as well for group plays, because top 4 go through from each group.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that's a lot of people. It's a best of 5. Do you just play standard and don't bring your optimized builds out? Or do you try and get that higher seed from the groups?
Yeah, exactly.
It's an interesting dilemma.
It is a tough one, and I do agree that I think where especially with a tournament this small, you actually have the potential to play the same person 3 times, right? You can play them in groups, you can play them in the bracket, and then go to a lower bracket or a rematch in the grand final. So you have got to consider the extended series.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, a lot of the top guys will definitely just be trying to be standard.
Yeah,
try and throw their opponents off the scent a little bit to what they're actually wanting to do.
Yeah, that's it. Molten this time has followed the probe out of the map, so he can't get a free proxy. And AVALLAC hasn't sent a follow probe, so he's going to try and lose him in the grass here.
I think it would be a mistake for AVALLAC to throw down a proxy again here. You know, Molten's on it. You know, if he still wants to play that charge style, just, you know, take a second base, build it in your base, and go across with 7-8 gate charge lot if, you know, that's the style.
Interested to see if this is going to be a Nexus or if there's going to be some tech first. He has built the Stalkers first this time and Warp Gate, so yeah, it doesn't look like he's rushing the tech. But it is going to be, Twilight Council.
Twilight Council. Okay, very nice. I can't imagine this is for Blink.
You think it's going to go straight charge?
It's either going to be charge or it's going to go for DTs, yeah. I would say so.
Yeah, it's a shame. I think AVALLAC could do really well if he learned, like I say, a proxy robo build.
Yeah, definitely.
Like just to, because then suddenly, like the reactions are very different, and that reaction being different, like makes a big difference in the opponent defending in a tournament series.
And yeah, I actually really like this from AVALLAC. He's going to catch the first Stalker as well out of position here, which is nice. But Molten's not going to be able to go across the other side of the map. He hasn't built sentries until now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the hallucination to scout. There's no probe across the map. So Molten's expecting, okay, it's going to be Stargate. You know, he's not expecting AVALLAC to have built that Twilight Council straight away in his main and the Nexus. So I like AVALLAC's play here.
Yeah, it could be huge. A Twilight Council also coming out for Molten's a little bit delayed. Does this mean though, if Molten goes for Blink here, there's a window where AVALLAC's charge is done and Blink is not done?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's actually a very scary timing. Obviously, we can see that, but the players don't know that. Molten doesn't know that.
Yeah, I imagine AVALLAC's going to go probably 5 gates with this. It's difficult because he doesn't, again, have a proxy pylon across the map.
I feel like, do you not just go for 8 gates here? Do you not just like send it?
He doesn't have the any probes on his natural, so if he's wanting to it when charge is done.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
you kind of pull off gas, put them in the natural, and it with probably 5-6 gates. Which
okay, that makes a lot of sense, yeah. But again, I'm also worried about, like you mentioned, Molten's autopilot to build Immortals, which again will not help much in this scenario. He just needs more gates and more units. Oh, he then got some vision on here, I think. Was that a hallucination? Yeah, so he came in, he's seen the Twilight Council, he's seen that it's done.
Yeah.
So he knows like that was the first tech really. So that should give him some relief from the potential Oracle play. But now he's still got to worry about both DTs and charge.
So what's interesting is Molten actually only scouted 3 gates.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you know, quite standard to go up to 4 gates before a third base in PvP. Sometimes it can be a bit greedier. But yeah, nice build here.
Yeah, yeah. So that is going to be good. Let's have a look. And now he gets the full scout going on. Forge coming down from Molten. So he's playing this very respectfully because there's no third. We're at 5 minutes.
I think we're just going to see Molten try and send it again like previous games.
Yeah.
But I think it would be a mistake.
I actually really like the idea of like him seeing that there's no third now and going, all right, get a gateway at the front, get a cannon at the front, and just like hold it. Is this going to see the... No. Or at least not on the path it's currently on. It might end up swapping around. I like Molten is still thinking about this. He's like very aware of his opponent's tendencies.
Yep.
It is just a case of...
yeah, AVALLAC is actually ahead in probes. Molten's cut probes. He's not been building them consistently. He has a massive supply block, unfortunately, for AVALLAC at the same point.
Yeah,
which is very unfortunate.
Molten has not seen anything here, so this is going to be a huge surprise. Luckily, he does have his army in a good position. And yes, 2 cannons. He reads the all in. Yeah, fantastic. I love it.
Nice play here by Molten.
And 3 batteries. I didn't notice that before. So this is a very hard position to break, especially for charge by Archon. And I think, yeah, Molten's just banking on the fact that... Because AVALLAC could just take a third right now. If AVALLAC runs in, sees this, walks back and takes a third, the game goes on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't that, like, huge a scary army, so long as Molten's army is tucked in where it is.
I think, unfortunately, AVALLAC is just going to
fucking send it.
Exactly.
And there it is, the big A move coming in here.
Force field's coming down, even though there's Archons.
Yeah. The cannon's doing work there. Cannons are so annoying because the range they have is actually really good versus this.
Blink forward by MOLTEN here, which is
bold.
bold. Exactly, especially, you know, it can't chase because AVALLAC's, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the next warp in of Zealots could have been deadly.
It would have been difficult then. AVALLAC actually up in supply, up in workers, but I just don't think he'll be able to break this defensive position here. MOLTEN's actually out of his base here, which is 4 Archons do a lot of damage, and AVALLAC's actually getting a lot of damage done here.
There you go. You can't underestimate these kind of pushes. Like I say, AVALLAC has that tenacity to just go for it, even when it looks like it's a bad position. The shield batteries are keeping these units alive. As the Zealots do warp in, though, it's getting really tight.
Shield batteries are pretty much drained, but the 2 cannons are still holding strong, and I think, you know, good static defense there by MOLTEN. Secured him that. It's
very, like, certainly versus, like, Terran, like, cannons don't do a lot, but, man, versus in PvP, cannons can really hold their weight.
Yeah, definitely.
And for the first time, MOLTEN takes a, you know, significant supply lead.
Yeah.
He's actually up on workers now, so like he has weathered the storm, effectively dealt with this all in. But I do like AVALLAC is like, all right, we didn't lose absolutely everything. Let's take a third base.
Yeah, +1 done here by MOLTEN as well. +1 attack, +1 armor coming in, his own charge coming in, and we're going to see him go into that third base. And yeah, it looks like we're in for a bit of a later game here.
Yeah, I'm interested to see kind of like what the next steps are. Oh, do it, MOLTEN.
MOLTEN's like, you know, you built DTs against me in every game this series except this. It's my turn to repay the favor.
My turn. I am the DT man. Do you know the copy pasta? Yeah. So we'll see. I think MOLTEN seeing this third base is likely going to be happy about it.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, it feels confident going, you know, later game against AVALLAC. Yeah, he's not going to enjoy seeing the Robo down, but...
Yeah. But again, you can't, like... I think MOLTEN's pretty persistent with his DTs. There's no cannons in the bases, so you can't just split DTs and like let them wreak havoc.
Yeah, definitely.
Do have a warp as well. I like this.
Yeah, MOLTEN's no stranger to DT drops in main bases, usually against the Terran players, but.
What I love is that I've for a while like not criticised but not thought it's a very good build. And then I do DT drop versus Zerg. So it's like I do the exact same build as he does, but versus Zerg.
So MOLTEN laddered quite a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
And every PvT, he did the build and got so much damage done.
Yeah.
And then he turned to me and was like, oh, why don't you ever go? So he coached me on how to do his exact build. Gets a 4.2k Terran.
Okay,
which is about 800 MMR lower than where I am.
Yeah.
Gets to his main base. There's 10 Marines, a Cyclone, and a Raven there waiting for me. And I'm like, lovely. I still won the game, but...
How does this happen to me?
Exactly. MOLTEN gets away with it, as we do see a DT now dropped into a beam. But there is a cannon, which is very nice. There is an Observer coming out as well. So I don't think this Forge will be in any danger whatsoever.
Where's his Robo again? Down here. Okay, yeah, so the Observer's going to be out. But Dan's saying that DTs do damage quick.
They do, yeah. And there's only one Stalker here, so MOLTEN is actually going to get this.
Commit to it, yeah.
Yeah, very nice play here by MOLTEN.
Oh, we're going to get it denied. And he can come in with a Prism and pick it up.
Yep.
Denied.
We do have 1-1 done for MOLTEN, +2 attack coming out of the way as he is building towards that late game army now.
Yeah.
But, you know, AVALLAC's kept up with him. He's ahead on workers, he's ahead on army. I would love to see double Forge now by AVALLAC, just to try and catch up a little bit.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like he will do at this point.
It's no upgrades versus 1-1, and it's going to be 2-1 soon. But this is a very, like, without disruptors, I don't like facing this army.
Yeah,
like,
and MOLTEN just been building Immortals. What's the Immortal count at now for MOLTEN?
2
and a third on the way.
And a third, yeah.
I don't particularly like it. I'd have liked him to go.
Or disruptors or something.
Yeah, or just go your own Archons, your own 3 base saturation. You know.
Okay, here we go. This could be a big engagement.
Yeah, big attack coming out here.
And again, MOLTEN's able to stick by the static defense, get these Stalkers blink back, make everything fight into a choke.
Yeah, nice SimCity here by MOLTEN. The Archons are doing a lot of work here, and then Immortal comes from the back as well. Yeah,
that Immortal took a lot of hits before it started firing itself, and there's just so much weight coming through with this match.
Wow.
Yeah. As he body slams and comes back through. Some of these Archons are really low. DT's being warped into the mix. There's no detection here.
Oh,
MOLTEN's going to hold because of the DTs. You love to see it.
Great play there by AVALLAC, but having no observer there, I don't know if MOLTEN actually sniped it. And there's actually a warping in the main base of AVALLAC as well, while this is going on, of DTs and Zealots, which is nice. And that was a really, really good engagement there by AVALLAC.
Yeah, yeah.
But unfortunately, you know, it's just not going to be enough because of the DTs.
That really was quite intense to see that. I want to go back and see if MOLTEN deliberately sniped the observer.
Yeah, it would have been a good play. And to say that it was 1-1 against 0-0.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Charcoal Archon doesn't care that much about one or two upgrades, right? It just wants to get on top of you and power down.
Definitely.
No observer now at the back at the main. Maybe he F2'd the observer. Oh, there it is. Now it's coming back.
Yeah, I think a bit of cope coming out of AVALLAC here. I think, you know, it's difficult going, but, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, this is a tournament. Players want to take it seriously. They're allowed to stay in and really try and make it work. Definitely. It is now starting to get to a very difficult situation to see a comeback ever sort of possible here, especially with the fourth base being denied as it is going up.
Yeah.
And MOLTEN are now able to start running with free reign. These Stalkers, if they snow the Prism.
Wow, if they get this Prism, it's been massive. Yeah, it's going to get the Prism. Only 2 Zealots drop down.
Yeah, nice.
And, you know, AVALLAC isn't that far behind in army supply again. He's actually ahead in army supply. Massively down in probes, but...
Yeah, that is it. So, again, this is now, becomes a big push. But this time, MOLTEN does have his own Archons.
Yeah, the Archon count here is massive for MOLTEN, and I don't see him getting walked over like the last engagement.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's taken, cost-effective fights.
Yeah.
AVALLAC... Oh, actually, AVALLAC has now lost more. So, yeah, now it's really getting to a difficult position for him. But he's going to send it one last time. I wouldn't even mind the probes being pulled here, but I think, yeah, when you see this army, you kind of instinctively know. But maybe you try and play it out.
Fighting outside of battery range, but I don't think it's going to matter. The upgrades are too good, the army supply is too good.
Yeah. And again, MOLTEN actually did snipe the observer this time.
Yeah, very nice play by MOLTEN.
Deliberately, it looked like this time. So he could warp in. He's going to chase this army down. There's not really much threat here. A warp in of Zealots, but once that front line goes, and all the Archons still remain standing.
You know, I think, you know, AVALLAC's just shown in this game that, you know, he can play this sort of late game style to some extent. I might have liked to have seen some of this early, as we do see the GG coming out here, and MOLTEN takes the series 3-1.
There you go, another cracking mirror series. We've started with 2 mirrors, and actually you can do a bit of a pre-game interview now, because next up you're going to be going up against AC.
I'm next, am I?
Yes, lovely. I believe you're next, and I think AC has turned up and is basically ready to play. So
very nice.
You have to go do your VOs, you know, take your time. Yes. But do you have any?
Yeah, I'm going to proxy 4-gate.
I love it.
Cannon rush, and I'm going to build DTs.
Yeah, fantastic. Good. Yes. Very good builds.
Very good. Very good.
All right. Well, I'll let you go and sort out things. I'll stay with the stream. I'm actually going to jump back into this game and rewind it. Oh, Bromere, if anybody wants to cast that game, I think MOLTEN does. Yeah, send him over. Yeah, fantastic. I'm just going to jump back into this game right quickly. I want to go back to that first big engagement. We'll do a little replay analysis while we're waiting. It was it was this big fight coming up here. So MOLTEN has an observer here, and there is an observer from AVALLAC. So again, this is like a real subtle, high-level play when you sort of know that you're kind of losing the fight a little bit, but that you have a win condition. And the win condition in this case, because in this case, MOLTEN, there's no splash damage. This cannot accidentally die, this observer. He has to focus fire it. So as it wanders in here through an A move, at some point, actually maybe these Stalkers were just A moved and it did work. I don't know. And let me just go back. I want to give MOLTEN the credit, but you know, I want to see the commands as well. Let's have a look. So the observer is going to start flying forwards. Okay, so now here it's starting to fly forwards. These Stalkers in the back. Yeah, no, all these Stalkers are shooting at it. So yeah, you can see MOLTEN selected all of his Stalkers here, and they've all turned around to shoot at this one observer. This very cinematic moment. And then it goes down. And once this went down, he's already warping in the DTs. And this means that he eventually holds the thing. Great moment there. You love to see it. And then you hear all the slicey dicey boys of the thingies. We will come out of game here. and we will see what we are doing. We are waiting for the next game. Like I say, it's going to be AC versus Bromeria. AC is done. Epic Land, Epic Land, Epic Land. He's a very hype boy. He's feeling good. And like I said, we should be having Molten come over to help cast this next game. Hope everyone at home has been enjoying the games. We like to, you know, we know a lot of the regulars who like to make it, who couldn't make it, do check out on the stream. So thank you very much for tuning in. And for anyone who hasn't been here, I highly recommend come on down to Kettering for an Epic Land. It's a very good time. I need that water.